BBA, BCom is dead, etc. And I invite you to go and search this on Google, which the report that I was talking about, that which says 93% of management graduates in India are unemployable. Search on Google, you will find everything. This news, this report being covered on India Today, Indian Express, BBC, Times of India, Economic Times, plenty of news items will come there. Okay, please go through that, and then you will. It's like an eye opener for you, truly realizing that this is not going to help you, right? So then, what's the solution? What's the other option, other alternative that you have? Some of you may come and say, CA, right? But again, with CA, the problem is, I said to you that I come from a core accounting, I come from a CA background, right? But the problem with CA is that one, it takes 5 to 7 years for you to complete. There are other CAs, other UK CA, etc., which will take lesser time. But the problem is a CA is a core accounting qualification. It doesn't teach you much of finance. It teaches you little of finance. It teaches you more of accounting, audit, tax. You want to be a finance expert. CA doesn't teach you much of capital markets, by the way. CA doesn't teach you much of quantitative finance, much of algos, much of economics for that matter, etc. Right? CA teaches you core accounting, audit, tax, business law, corporate law, it, other stuff. So that's the difference. You want to get into finance and you are saying, I'll walk through the accounting path, and then because I get into accounting, I'll start understanding some finance and then I'll come to finance. I've taken that journey, right? Went to accounting first, did my ACCA. From there, then I went to do my master's in finance, and then I landed on to do CFP, CFA, etc., etc. That's a very long route, right? That's the mistake that I've done. That's not the mistake that you should be doing. The direct path is you go and learn something which is core finance, which makes you ready today rather than preparing after the next 5, 10 years. Okay. So the option that I have today for you is, as I said in the beginning, also all the invites, all the mailers, etc., spoke about this, that I'm going to talk to you today about two qualifications. One is CFA, which is Chartered Financial Analyst, a qualification offered by the CFA Institute, USA, truly the gold standard qualification in financial analysis. When I say gold standard, what I mean is that there is no other qualification which even comes closer to what CFA is when it comes to financial analysis. It has that kind of reputation, guys. Undoubtedly the most elite qualification in finance space, right? Even if you go and talk to a chartered accountant and tell him that you are doing CFA, trust me, he'll leave the chair in respect of that you are a CFA, right? So that's the kind of respect positioning that CFA carries today. So this is CFA coming from CFA Institute, approved, recognized, valuable, valid, having career opportunities, etc., etc., whatever you define, in 100 plus countries across the world. And 100 plus countries typically means what? Any country where there is a capital market, CFA is recognized, including India, by the way. Including India, CFA has that kind of value. Okay, so that's CFA. I'll talk about CFA a little more. The other thing that I'm going to also talking to you or mentioning to you today is FRM, Financial Risk Manager. This is again a core finance qualification offered by again a global body called GARP, a US based body, Global Association of Risk Professionals. Core finance qualification. They will teach you core finance, financial products, financial management, investments, credit risk, market risk, operational risk, etc., etc. So risk and finance is what this qualification specializes you in. And the beauty with FRM is that it is the most recognized financial qualification, finance qualification ever. Okay, FRM is recognized in 190 countries across the world. 190 countries recognize FRM qualification. Now you can look at the difference, right? So these two qualifications is what I'm going to talk to you today. The question is not truly that which is better. Both are better for you. The question is which one is more apt for you, right? One may be slightly more rigorous, the other may be slightly easier. One may take a little more time, the other may take lesser time, right? One may have more time to study, the second may have lesser time to study. One may have the exam framework slightly different, the other may have exam framework which is all MCQs, etc., etc. So there may be variations. One may take a little more cost to do, the other may be cheaper to do, right? Those variations will be there. Basis those variations, you can decide what you want to do. But if you ask me, both are rock solid qualifications to do. And in fact, not because this is an FRM session, that's why I'm saying this, guys. I often keep saying my team that after my CFA is finished, this now in February, the next qualification that I'm personally eyeing to do is FRM, right? So truly the rock solid qualifications, topmost qualifications in finance, either CFA or FRM. Choose it basis your own preferences. I'll explain you and then you will be able to arrive at your own preferences today. Perfect. So I'm starting with giving you a little quick, deeper background of CFA first. Uh, Offered by CFA Institute, a gold standard qualification in finance and financial analysis. CFA as a program has got three levels. They are called CFA level 1, CFA level 2, CFA level 3. Three levels. Okay. At each level, you typically spend around 6 7 months of study at each level. So 6 months study, take level 1 exam. 6 7 months of study, take level 2 exam. 6 7 months of study, take level 3 exam. Completion of the whole CFA, level 1, 2, 3, all of this, the completion of the entire CFA would take roughly around 2 to 2.5 years. This is the time that you should keep in mind to complete your whole of CFA, right? But the beauty here is you do not need to complete entire CFA to get the career outcome. Even if you pass just level 1, you will have your career opportunity available. You will get started with your career. Or if you are already working, you will immediately get the career benefit out of it, even if you just do level 1, right? Of course, level 1, level 2, level 3, that's the linear journey that you have to take to complete your whole of CFA and to get the CFA charter. That prestige of holding that CFA charter will come to you only after 2.5 years, the whole completion, passing of all three levels. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you will get benefited immediately. Does it happen in your MBA or a BB or a BCom that I did my SEM 1, I will get benefit, or I did my first year, I'll get any benefit? MBA first year, I'll get any benefit? Absolutely no. But here in CFA, that's the advantage, that's the benefit for you. Okay. So your question here can be, what does a CFA typically do? I'll explain for CFA also, for FRM also, that what does a CFA do, what does an FRM do? Though both of these are finance guys, so a lot of things will overlap. Both of them will work in investment banking, investment management, fund management, etc. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. There is an 80%, 60%, 70% overlap. But then there are certain niches as well, which a CFA does, which an FRM guide does. So for CFA, what does a CFA do? The top 10 domains where CFAs work typically are investment banking, portfolio management, fund management, equity research, working with the broking firms, even the investment banking, buy side, sell side, research, etc., risk management, corporate finance, commercial banking, wealth management, hedge funds. You remember I was saying private equity, hedge funds. Now, these are evolving areas. 20 years ago, you have not studied about hedge funds. The hedge fund did not used to exist even, right? When I did my CA, did I study about hedge funds? I mean, that was not the definition. Even derivative was just introduced in India in year 2000, right? So even the definition, by that definition also, derivative was very new. But today, is that new? No. Today you have all that around, everything around you, right? Then you have private equity and insurance. These are the top 10 domains where CFS typically work in. Okay. Now, where do they work? Typically, the core BFSI companies, banking and financial services industries companies, commercial banking, investment banks, credit rating agencies, consulting firms, mutual funds, insurance companies, broking companies, etc., where typically CFAs would go and work in. Right? On completion of CFA level 1, where you typically get started is around 8 to 12 LPA. That's the average compensation where a CFA level 1 career begins. The average compensation of a CFA charter holder in India is around 40 LPA. Again, please search this data on Google, then only believe, don't go on my statement. Right? You will see this. The average compensation for a CFA charter holder ranges from 30 to 40 lakhs, 45 lakhs. That's the average compensation for a charter holder. So you are truly preparing for, as I said in the beginning also, one of the topmost careers in the finance domain with the CFA qualification. Right? I spoke about it that CFA has got three levels, level 1, 2, 3. Right? Let us look at this. This is your CFA level 1. Who all can join? All of you can join. All of you are eligible because for CFA, the minimum eligibility is you should be in your graduation first year and above. Grad first year and above. So which means you are in BBA first year, BSc first year, BTech first year, BCom first year, MBA first year, second year, BCom first year, second year, whatever. Anything above first year, you are eligible. You are in first year, you are eligible. Okay. So that's the requirement to join CFA program. By that definition, I'm super confident all 297 of you are eligible to join the CFA program. Okay. Now, those of you who do not come from commerce background, do not come from finance background, etc. Let's say somebody is a BTech or doing BTech and wants to get into finance domain, finance industry, says that how would I understand finance because I have not studied that. I'm studying tech or engineering for that matter. And that's the reason why in CFA curriculum, if you see, there is a PRM, prerequisite module, where we teach you basics of accounting, basics of economics, basics of quants first. So these three things are taught to you first. Once you complete this, then we come to the core curriculum, the main curriculum of CFA level 1. And CFA level 1 has got 10 subjects to study. All these 10 subjects combined going to be only one exam at CFA level 1. So 10 subjects does not mean 10 exams. 10 subjects, but all combined only one exam for you. Okay. And that too at level 1, this one exam is also going to be all MCQs. 180 questions, all MCQs. 4 hours 30 minutes. 4 hours 30 minutes is the time interval. 180 questions, all MCQs. And MCQs will also have only three options: A, B, C, no D. Okay. The exams are going to happen 4 times a year: Feb, May, August, November. 4 times a year. You can pick the exam calendar as per your convenience, as per your choice. Block the exam, go and write the exam, pass the exam, move to level 2. Level 2, what are you going to study? The same 10 subjects. Same 10 subjects. Subjects won't change. The only thing is now we will start teaching you more of the application that you have learned. So for example, in level 1, when I teach you quant, I'll teach you how to calculate, let's say, CAGR or IRR or XIRR. Now at level 2, when I come and teach you quant, the same IRR or XIRR, now I am not going to teach you how to calculate. I'll teach you where to apply, right? What is the use case of CAGR or IRR, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that CFA is a very practical curriculum. It doesn't limit you to just teaching you theory. Whatever you learn at level 1, the theory that you learn at level 1, at level 2, you go and apply that in the real world, right? Measuring the CAGR of a portfolio, actually doing it is what you will learn there, right? So level 2 is more of the application. And at level 3, then further, if you look at it, subjects change, but these are more of the amalgamation of those subjects and a little bit of practical thing is what happens. Only 6 subjects at level 3. Right now, you should not look at level 2, level 3. I said in the beginning also, because level 1 is where all of you have to start and you have to complete level 1 first in order to move to level 2, level 3. Now, if you look at other than these 10 subjects, CFA curriculum also teaches you financial modeling, Python programming, analyst skills, Python, data science, AI, etc., etc. So all those evolving domains, evolving skills as well, which today makes you the finance professional, uh, which industry needs today and for tomorrow. Okay, so this is what CFA curriculum is. This is what CFA exam is, as I mentioned. All 10 subjects combined, one exam only, 180 questions, only three options there, 4 hours, 30 minutes, one exam, pass, move to the part 2. Okay, who all can join? Anybody who is in graduation first year and above can come and join. The only requirement is you should have an interest in finance. That's it. Okay, now moving to the fee, now because you know what CFA is, you know the career, you know what kind of job roles they work in, where they work in, etc. You know the curriculum, the exam, the structure. Now the question that would come to your head is, okay, so what's the cost of doing CFA, right? Broadly speaking, two costs. One is the cost that you pay to the CFA Institute for exam registration, etc. And the other is the cost that you pay to Emarticus. Emarticus for what? For teaching you CFA, for giving you books, classes, coaching, mentoring, practice, question bank, all the practical exposure and everything else, right? CFA is a global examination, guys, an international curriculum. This requires rigor, practice, training, teaching, coaching, right? So who is going to give you that? Emarticus. I'm happy to say, I'm extremely proud of saying this, guys, that we are an approved prep provider, licensed prep provider of the CFA Institute for CFA program, both for CFA and FRM. In fact, and you will find it very surprising, but again, I invite you, as usual, I said that earlier also, that whatever I'm saying, I invite you to go and search that on Google. Uh, there are only 6 institutions in the entire country who have been approved by CFA Institute to teach the program here in India. Only 6, by the way. Imagine the program is there in India for 30 years, more than 30 years. Despite that, only 6 have been. That's the kind of rigor, the quality check that CFA Institute maintains. And we are one of those who have been approved by the CFA Institute. Okay, so two fees. One is what you pay to CFA Institute, the other is what you pay to Emarticus. What is the first that you have to pay? Emarticus, because of course you will have to study first, right? So in order to study first, for level 1, the course fee is 60,000 rupees at Emarticus, for which when you join the program, you don't pay entire 60,000. You pay 10,000 rupees as your registration fee, the first fee to register, and then the balance 50,000. This can be paid in 3 ways. Okay, full fee before the classes begin, or you can pay it in EMIs. 6 months, 9 months, 12 months EMIs options are there through loan partners. Or the third option is you can pay it in 3 parts: first month, second month, third month. Absolutely your choice. And the best part is the fee that you pay to Emarticus for your preparation, on that we give you a pass for sure guarantee. And this guarantee is given in writing in your admission letter, that you will pass your CFA exam for sure. Your question to me can be, Rajesh, what if I don't pass? If you don't pass, life happens. If you, let's say, don't pass, we refund you 50% of the course fee that you have paid to us. We are so confident of our training delivery, our trainers, our content, our training pedagogy, our question bank, our practice papers, etc., that we give you this passing guarantee in writing on your admission letter. Okay, so that's about CFA learning at Emarticus. Now, when you have prepared your CFA level 1, you will go and register for your exam with CFA Institute. So you'll have to pay certain fee to them as well. What is the fee that you're going to pay them? By the way, so Emarticus fee is going to include all of this that I have already explained to you. Everything that I've explained to you, all live classes, etc., etc. And this will also have Kaplan Swazzer. We also give you Swazzer given to you from our side itself. Then the CFA Institute fee, one second. Yeah. Then comes the CFA Institute fee, which is the exam registration fee. At level 1, standard examination fee is 1140, $1140. Okay. We encourage all of you to apply for CFA scholarships, because CFA Institute has a provision of scholarships, right? If you get the scholarship, this $1140 becomes only $400 for you. So massive saving for you. Why not? You should try. As far as the guidance on how to apply for a scholarship, when to apply for a scholarship, how to write the cases for a scholarship, etc., all of that guidance will be given to you from Emarticus for free of cost. That handholding will be done by us for free of cost. Of course, the decision to award the scholarship is at the discretion of CFA Institute, but we are there to help you, handle you, guide you on your whole of scholarship process. Okay, so that's the advantage. So this is the overall cost of doing CFA level 1. Not much, just 60,000 rupees for your entire studies and preparation and question bank, learning material, Kaplan, so that everything, and then you have to pay the exam fee. That's it. No other hidden cost at all. I think probably other than this, the only investment you would need to make is buying a pen and a notepad. Okay. So that's about CFA. Now, let me quickly also tell you about FRM, and then we'll do a quick comparison, right? When you know both, we'll do a quick comparison. Okay. So now moving to FRM. I said FRM, I defined in the beginning what is FRM? Financial risk manager, somebody who specializes in finance and risk management. So you're specializing in 2 areas: finance, core finance as well, and risk management too, right? So I'll show you the curriculum also, and then you will be able to understand. Awarded by GAP. Again, I said in the beginning, that's a global body based out of US. It's a gold standard qualification in finance, recognized in 190 countries across the world. The most recognized qualification ever in accounting or finance domain globally. You cannot name me any other qualification which has 190 countries recognition. That's the what do you call the credibility of this qualification. And the best part, CFA and FRM both are designations. What I mean by saying designation is that you will be able to add that with your name. So when I complete my CFA, I'll be writing Rajesh Singh CFA, right? Today I'm an ACCA, I can write Rajesh Singh ACCA. When I complete my CFA also, I'll write Rajesh Singh ACCA CFA, right? That's the credibility, that's the stamp of credibility that gets added to your name, guys, upon completion of CFA and FRM as well. So complete FRM, you will be able to write Rajesh Singh FRM, right? So that three-letter word which gets added to your name, no, that starts speaking to who you are, what your expertise is. Okay. Coming to the FRM structure, I mean, CFA, you saw three levels, right? Level one, level two, level three. Similarly, in FRM, you have got two parts. There are no levels here. They are called parts, part one and part two. Part one has got 4 subjects. Part two has got 6 subjects. So in totality, 10 subjects like CFA, but there it was broken into levels. Here it's broken into parts. Only 4 subjects in one, 6 subjects in one, right? Let's look at the subjects a little bit. Subject number one, foundations of risk management, where you will first understand the hypothesis of why is risk management needed, right? What's the uh, belief, what's the reason that any business for that matter, not only the financial domain, any business for that matter needs to have operational risks, operational measures, the business risks in place, right? So you will study it with a lot of case studies coming in. For example, let's say a few years ago, the Silicon Valley Bank in California went bankrupt. Right, a classic example. One of the largest banks funding the startups, etc. The key player in the whole startup ecosystem in US went bankrupt. Is that not a failure? Is that not a leakage? Right. Similarly, in India too, you have had banks going kind of bankrupt. You have firms going bankrupt. You have multiple companies. You have had the likes of Satyam and Byju's as well, right? So when businesses fail, why do they fail? How do you manage those? How do you identify those early signals and manage them? Is what you study here in Foundations of Risk Management. Then you move to quants. In CFA also, you remember you study quants. Same thing here. You study quants. You study all financial maths, computations, doing these calculations in spreadsheets over financial calculator, etc., etc. Then financial markets and products. This is where you will learn all about investment products, investment markets, equity, commodities. Then you have fixed income products, hedge funds, equities. Derivatives. All of that is what you learn here. Then valuations and risk model, building financial models. These 4 subjects combined, one exam only. 4 subjects combined, only one exam. Okay, and this entire exam is going to be all MCQs, 100 MCQs. Despite being only 100 MCQs, you will get 4 hours. Now you compare it with CFA. 180 MCQs, you were getting 4 hours 30 minutes. Here, 100 MCQs only, almost half of that, and you are getting still 4 hours to write that exam. Okay, and all MCQs. CFA level 2 doesn't have MCQ, by the way. They have vignette based question, though MCQ vignette based. CFA level 3 has got essay questions. Here it's not that, it's only MCQs all the way. Now come to part 2. Part 2 has got more into application. Now you will study market risk, so typical business risk process, business risk measurement, management, credit risk. You want to work with a credit firm, or you want to work with a bank. You are already working with a bank, you want to get into their credit side, etc. Operational risk, liquidity and treasury risk. You are working with the treasury of a bank, right? Fund management for the bank, you are working with the fund management desk of a mutual fund companies, etc. So you learn the treasury risk and the liquidity, all of that here. Then risk management and investment management, which is portfolio management, fund management. And finally, the main most popular subject here for me, current issues in financial markets. FRM also teaches you one specific subject, gives you one specific subject on what's happening now in financial markets. Like, for example, let's say AI the changes being brought by AI in financial world today. That's something that you're going to be studying, right? So it's not a dead curriculum. It's something which is teaching you what's happening right now. Okay, again, all of these six subjects combined, only one exam. This time, by the way, not even 100 MCQs. This is going to be only 80 MCQs. Again, entire MCQs, but only 80 MCQs. But time will still be 4 hours only. So exam is much more convenient as compared to CFA. Here exams is much more convenient, and the time taken to complete the whole of FRM is just 8 to 9 months. Now compare this with CFA, which takes around 6 to 7 months at each level, right? So of course, yes, I agree, there at level 1 the career begins, but if you want to complete whole of CFA, it takes around 2.5 years, whereas the whole of FRM can be done in 8 to 9 months. So how much of time you can put in, how much of rigor you can put in is one differentiation. Remember, because here the rigor is much lesser, no, the exams are much convenient as compared to there you were studying 10 subjects, combining 10 subjects and giving one exam. Here you are studying 4 subjects, combining 4 and giving one exam. This is much going to be much convenient for you. Okay, so look at this, how much of rigor, how much of time, how much of study commitment, etc. you can make, and then take a call. Both are exceedingly good qualification, equally good qualifications. All depends on how much of effort, rigor, etc. you can do. As far as the eligibility for FRM is concerned, eligibility is very, very easy, clear. Anybody who is willing to build a career in finance domain can do it. There is no formal eligibility criteria defined by GARP. GARP says that anybody, even if you have just done 10th, 11th, 12th, etc., if you want to learn finance, you can come and do this, right? So eligibility is also very simple. All of you are eligible. Think what you want to do. Okay, part one typically takes around 4.5, 5 months for you to study. Part two typically takes around 3.5, 4 months to study. Combine this together, it's 8 to 9 months is what you're going to be spending in completing whole of your FRM. Exams, I've already explained you only 2 exams. The exams here happen thrice a year. CFA exams happen 4 times a year, Feb, May, August, and November. So CFA happens Feb, May, August, and November. FRM doesn't happen in Feb. It happens only May, August, and November. But still, you have the liberty to decide when do you want to write the exam, when do you want to take the exam, etc., etc. This all I've already explained you, so nothing to worry. All done, all covered. Okay. So what do FRM professionals do? You have seen what does a CFA do? What does a FRM professional do? Almost I said the same thing, that there would be a 60-70% overlap. Almost the same thing, guys. Even the FRM professionals are going to be working as investment analysts, investment banker, portfolio managers. Some niche, then I said 20-30% niche. Niche is where it is. FRM guys would go and also work as risk analysts, market risk managers, credit risk analyst, regulatory risk analyst, right? Treasury, even a CFA guy would go and work in financial analyst, investment risk, quantitative risk, again, a core FRM speciality, right? Financial risk, fund manager, hedge fund analyst, etc., etc. So these are the typical roles where FRM guys would go and work in. FRM, completion of FRM, both part one and part two, you complete FRM. The typical salary level for a fresher with zero experience, absolutely zero experience, you get started at around 6 to 8 LPA. That's the average, minimum 6 to 8. This is where you will get started with. CFA level 1 was slightly higher, as I said. CFA level 1 was around 8 to 12. This is your CFA level 1. FRM is 6 to 8, right? So that's the difference. But overall, if you see completion of both this, I mean, over the next 3-4 years, then it goes out. And if you look at the 5 years kind of an experience, then with a 5 years experience, FRM charter holder would typically earn around 30 LP as well, which a CFA gets around 35-40 too, right? So that difference would narrow down later, but that's how the salaries are. That's how the salary parity is there. Sectors the same as CFAs, core banking, core investment banks, rating agencies, fintech firms, etc., etc. Okay, now coming to the fee, more like CFA, again, 2 types of fee. One is that you will be paying to Emarticus for what? For study. I have to give you classes, coaching, learning, what do you call, personalized mentoring, question bank, practice papers, books, quizzes, everything. Second, you will pay to GARP for what? For registration exam, etc. Let's look at both the fees one by one. So for FRM, part one and part two combined, there are two parts because one part doesn't have a meaning. Only when you complete both the parts, it's a meaning. Unlike CFA, where even level one has a meaning, right? Level one has a meaning, level two has a meaning. Here, it does not have a meaning. You have to complete both the parts. So both the parts combined, the study fee is only 90,000 rupees. Unlike this, now if you compare it with CFA, what was the fee? 60,000 each level. So 60,000 into three levels, the whole fee is 1,80,000 for CFA. Of course, you can join level by level. You can join just for level one. You can do that. But overall cost, I'm saying, to do CFA was 1,80,000. Here, what is the cost to do? Only 90,000. Right? So much cheaper, half of the cost. Okay. When you join the FRM program, again, similar to CFA, you won't have to pay all 90,000. You have to just pay the registration fee of 10,000 rupees. Balance, which is 80,000, you can pay in three ways, as I said earlier. Also, you can pay full fee one go. You can pay 6 months, 9 months, 12 months EMIs with interest, without interest. All those options are available with our NBFC partners. And then you can pay it in three equal parts: first month, second month, third month, etc. This is what you pay. Get started, get your book, classes, access, learn for 4 5 months, take your part one exam, then move to part two exam, etc. When you register for your part one exam, then you have to pay certain fee to the GARP as well. This is the GARP fee, or the FRM body fee, right? At the time of your first exam, you will have to pay a registration fee as well. This is one time, only for the first exam. For the second time, you won't have to pay registration fee. So $400 plus exam fee for part one, which is combining this. At the time of first exam, you will have to pay $1,000. At the time of part two exam, you will have to pay only $600. Again, exam fee wise, if you see, it is much cheaper than CFA. CFA was $1,140 and level 3 is $1,240. So much costlier. This is what? $1,600. The whole fee is over. There, if you combine it, it's around $3,500 for the whole of CFA. Right? So much cheaper, one third of what CFA cost is. Right? So in terms of cost, FRM is much cheaper. In terms of efforts, it's much convenient. In terms of exam, it's much easier. In terms of salary compensation, it's slightly lesser. Okay. What depends on you is in terms of time taken. FRM is much lesser because CFA takes around 2.5 years for you to complete the whole course. But the beauty for CFA is that you can get started with just level one. You won't have to complete the full course to get started with. Now, the decision that you have to take is based on all these facts that I laid out clearly. Both CFA and FRM are exceedingly good qualifications to have, right? At Ematicus, we are an approved prep provider for both CFA and FRM. Okay. Again, for FRM guys, there are only 4 institutions approved by GARP, the body here in India. We are one of them. And I'm extremely proud to say not just CFA and FRM, we are approved prep providers for world's top 5 qualifications: CFA, FRM, USCMA, ACCA, and CPA. So anything accounting and finance, anything global, we are an approved prep provider, approved training provider. That shows our expertise and command on the accounting and finance space. We have been training on finance side for last 13 years, headquartered at Mumbai, spread across India. We have 20 offices today in 15 cities. We also have the privilege of being associated, chosen trusted partners of some of the top IITs and IIMs, the likes of Ahmedabad, Calcutta, IIT Delhi, IIT Roorkee. They all work with us to offer executive education program. The other thing that we have also done very uniquely is that in our CFA FRM delivery, we have partnered with KPMG. This is the first time ever that any training provider has partnered with a Big Four. You can ask me, what is this partnership about, right? I'll give you a small example. Another 5-7 minutes, guys. So please bear with me, and I'll wrap it up by 2:30. So, for example, if I was teaching you financial analysis in CFA or FRM, okay? So I taught you financial analysis from the subject. I prepared you. I kind of made you ready to take the exam. You are confident. That's all fine. Have you actually done financial analysis in real life? Did you see the application of financial analysis in real life, by the way? No, because this was from the book. Now, what we do very differently in our partnership with KPMG is that we have built 23 real world case studies, not one or two, 23 real world case studies, wherein these KPMG guys, that too at their director and associate director level people, they're going to be coming and delivering those real life case studies. For one of their clients, they would have done an M&A recently. They would bring that M&A case with entire data, entire stat, just the white labeling of the name, the client name. For confidentiality, they can't reveal you the client name. They would white label that. They'll bring the entire data, entire case study, and will explain you in the class to give you a practical exposure of what M&A looks like, what is the due diligence process, how do you value, how do you analyze the statements, etc., etc. Right? So when it comes to learning CFA or FRA mathematicus, it is learning beyond the books. We don't limit you to just those classes. We truly take you in a very, very different world, give you a very practical exposure, that too not through us, by industry experts, by industry veterans, in fact. And when you attend all these classes, all these case studies, you also get a certification issued by KPMG with KPMG name, seal, logo, right? Which means again another thing to add to your profile, saying certified by KPMG. And you first the top students of each batch also get opportunities to go and do internships with KPMG. So this is what we have done very, very uniquely with KPMG. First time ever that any CFA or FRM prep provider has partnered with a big four. All your classes for CFA, FRM, etc. happens only on weekends, Saturday, Sunday. So no conflict with your school, college, job at all. Whatever you are doing, keep doing that. Side by side, your classes will happen. The classes are done online. The recordings are also given for your revision purposes. There is a provision of one-to-one mentoring. You have a question, query, doubt you are unable to ask in the class. You can book a session with the mentor. Just you and me in the class, nobody else, right? Half an hour, 45 minutes, that kind of personalized mentoring session is what you can also come and do, right? And before your exams, there are exams like Feb, May, August, and November. For example, the next CFA exam is going to happen in Feb, right? So entire Jan, full 1 month, we are going to do enough of quizzes, mock practice, etc., so that you are thoroughly prepared for that exam. So that is complementary, additional, other than your classes and training. I spoke about the study material, right? I'll give you printed books. Printed books. We import those books all the way from US. Printed books, the question bank, practice papers, Kaplan, Swazzer in CFA and Analyst Prep in FRM, their online LMS, their question bank, all of that is given to you. A mobile application, everything is given to you guys, along with the KPMG Advantage, the KPMG practical that I have explained to you, right? Those 23 real world case studies, the certification, I've already explained you, so not spending time here. Pass guarantee, I spoke about this earlier. Whether CFA or FRM, whatever you do, in both these qualifications, we give you a pass guarantee. And it says that you pass your exam or else get 50% money refund. That's the confidence that we bring on the floor. And that's the reason why we say that we'll put equal skin in the game. I am equally responsible to make sure that you pass. Right. And upon passing your CFA level 1 or FRM, whatever you do, we are happy to give you a placement assistance in your career transition and get started with your career, etc., etc. Yeah. So that's the offering at Ematicus for CFA and FRM. Some of the trainers, guys, truly a very, very exciting trainer background that you can see. Sorry, this is a typo. Like, for example, Utkarsh, CFA, CA, FRM, three triple charter holder. He's a chartered accountant, he's a CFA, he's an FRM, holds all three charters, and he's a 95 percentile guy in CFA, right? Look at Amit Parekh, CFA, FRM, chartered accountant, CS, and PGIM Ahmedabad, JP Morgan, ex ICICI. So people of these kind of background, they're going to be coming and teaching you live here at Ematicus in your classes. Extremely qualified faculty. I mean, I have just brought in some profiles. We have 28 CFA, FRM trainers with us at Ematicus. You can imagine the kind of trainers. I mean, if these kind of trainers come and teach you in class, what exposure do you get, right? So that's the advantage of studying at Ematicus. Now, my question to all of you here is, guys, all 289 people here live with me, you have given me what do you call 58 minutes, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. These last 2 minutes are going to be the most critical for you. When you boil the water, right, it doesn't start boiling from the day one. It boils at the end. Now this is the boiling point. You have to take a decision now, right? You know about CFA, you know about FRM. The question that I have from you is, are you committed? Do you want to start your journey now? If you are committed to start your journey now, I have a very, very special offer for all of you here, all 289 people on my screen, right? But that offer is called 30-30. Okay, I'll go and explain you the offer. The offer is called 30-30, right? Uh, but the problem is this offer is by invitation. What do I mean by invitation is that this is not available on my website, social media, WhatsApp, email, nowhere at all. It will be only sent to some of you, 289 out of 289. Some of you who will come and request us, send me the invitation. Only then I'll send you the invitation. It's not like blank, I'll go and blast it to all 289. No, not at all. We don't do that kind of blast emailer, etc., guys. Okay. So only if you are committed to join today, we will send you that invitation and then you will be able to grab this offer. And this offer will be given to only the first 30 people who complete their registration. So what is this offer? The offer is flat 30% off. Flat 30% off. Let me explain this to you now. That is why intentionally I have kept this slide blank, because I want to write and explain it to you. You are joining for CFA level 1. Okay. CFA level 1. What was the fee? 60,000. 30% of it means what? 18K. So 18K off. If you join today, what is your fee now? 42,000 only. A throwaway price for you, truly. Now, if you're joining FRM, what was the fee? 90,000. 30% of it is how much? 27,000. Your fee becomes how much? 63,000 only. So for CFA level 1, if you are joining today, your fee is 42,000. For FRM, it's 63,000, but not for everybody. It's only for the first 30 people who will complete their registration. And how do you complete your registration? There is a registration fee of 10,000 rupees, which I have explained you earlier also. A registration fee of 10,000 rupees. You'll have to complete certain, that just one quick two steps process. Complete the registration. You will get your welcome letter, admission letter, email, call, curriculum detail, all of that in next 2 days by Monday or Tuesday. And then they will assign you a batch, will get started with your learning, etc., etc. All of that will follow on from Monday, Tuesday onwards. But you will have to sign up today to get this offer. And that too, remember, again, I'm saying, guys, it's clearly written. It's only going to be for the first 30 registrations, right? I mentioned clearly that this is by invitation. This is by invitation. So how do you get the invitation? How do you request me to send you the link, offer link, right? Come to Zoom chat. On your Zoom panel, there is a chat tab. Come to Zoom chat and put your name and number, just the name and number, followed by your choice of course, whether you want to do CFA or FRM. So name, number, and the course. That's it. So I'll write like Rajesh 9999. Likewise, I'll write 10 digits and then say FRM. That's it. Type this, submit. My team will pick your number from here, and then basis the product that you have sent, they will give you a personalized link for that product offer, which you can apply, claim, grab this offer right now. Okay. And remember, I said very clearly, this offer is going to be working for the first 30. So be in hurry. As soon as you get the link, please complete your offer registration quickly. Don't embarrass us by coming and saying later that, no, I missed that, I was driving, can you do it now? No, it cannot be given, guys. This is not in my hand. The link itself will stop working, right? So you will have to be quickly complete that offer. Okay, by the time you are flooding your names and numbers here, I'll go back and see if there are questions that I have not answered. If there are questions that I've already covered, I won't take them up again. But if there are questions that I have not answered, I'll take them. Pursuing CWM. Oh, so for example, by the way, I mean, with due respect, guys, CWM is not a qualification to be compared with CFA or FRM, etc. CWM or CFP, these are very kiddish qualifications, to be honest, very kiddish. Okay, only for your, these are as good as NISM, not like a finance qualification, typical, so to say, right? Limited to personal finance, limited to that domain where it is, and that too at NISM level. Uh, BA anthropology, thought of doing UPSC, but realized I'm not doing someone with the desk job. I mean, of course, your choice. If you want, if you have an interest in finance, you can look for these. Negative marking, no negative marking in either of these exams, no negative marking at all. How much percentage is required in 12th board exam? That's clearly, sorry, I did not spell it out earlier, but no percentage, no stream is required, which means there is no barrier there. Whether I am 48%, 58%, 88%, 98%, anybody is welcome. Okay, and any stream. So whether I'm humanities, science, commerce, anybody is welcome. I learned about CFA Investment Foundation. Okay, so CFA Investment Foundation is CFA level 1 minus 50%. Okay, that is CFA Investment Foundation. If you want to start with CFA Investment Foundation, come with that mindset. It's not a formally recognized qualification as such. It is just a stepping stone, typically given to college, early college guys or school guys. To be honest, 11, 12 guys, right? It's like, I'll tell you, my own nephew, he has interest in economics, finance, etc. So for him, investment foundation is like learning that it's a stepping stone. It's not a formal qualification, so to say. Okay. No guarantee thing from your side for FRM? No, no, yes, it's there. It's on both CFA and FRM both. The passing guarantee remains on both, whether you do CFA or FRM. Yeah. I have seen the official website of CFA, not able to see the name. Oh, give me a second. I'll show you the link right now itself. Okay, the team has already submitted the link here in the chat, right? You can check that. Okay. What are the timings for classes on Saturday and Sunday? We have morning classes also, evening classes also. Today I cannot tell you which timing the next batch is going to be, but my team can always help you with go to the preferred timing. Forex trader, trading in funded accounts, currently designing trading bots, indicators. Core forex trader, if you use more of, I mean, as you have mentioned, right? It's more of the bots, etc., that you are using, indicators, bots, trading strategies, etc. Then and you have already done CFA level 1. You have mentioned, right? If you have done CFA level 1, I would suggest look for CMT. Uh, okay, perfect. Yeah, so that was an unbiased opinion, guys. You saw that somebody asked me and I said that go for CMT, right? If something which is not relevant to you, I would never ever come and say no, it is relevant to you. What can be the passing marks for FRM to qualify? So these passing marks are they're done on the averaging. So it's like a weighted average which is calculated, and then basis those averages, those passing marks for FRM are decided. So you won't have to be worried about. But typically, what we have seen is if you are able to mark around 60% questions right in your exam, you would be able to pass. Okay, 100%. No thought, no second thoughts on that. Okay, shall I complete CFA? I don't know. Then it's a follow-up question probably. Approx duration of each class. Okay, so each class that we do is for 4 hours. 4 hours Saturday, 4 hours Sunday. Okay. Though there is no scholarship for FRM, uh, there is no scholarship on FRM from GARP. From our side, there is. I give you a 30% discount. That's a scholarship, right? On FRM fee, I'm giving you a 30% discount. On CFA fee, I'm giving you a 30% discount in the first 30 category if you are today. On the institute fee, the scholarship comes from the institute, not from us. 10 years experience in fund accounting, hedge fund, which would you recommend? CFA is mostly better. Looking at your experience, I would say go for CFA. What the description that you've given me basis that CFA. Done with payment now. So then my team will help you. Don't worry. If you have done with payment, your my team will call you on Monday or Tuesday. They'll send you a formal admission letter. They will send you a welcome email, WhatsApp message. Who is going to be your support person here? All of that will reach you by Monday, Tuesday, because tomorrow is Sunday, right? So it's not working. But Monday, Tuesday, you will get everything, and people will get started with. Currently working in wealth management, home loans, which one is better? I mean, both are very good domains to work in, whether you want to work in wealth management or home loans. Both are extremely good domains to work in with the 8 years of experience. I mean, if you're looking at qualification, knowing that you come from this background, I would say go for FRM because you come from loan side, credit side also, right? So FRM would give you an exposure of both the asset management, the wealth management side, and also credit. That will combine your experience better, will kind of gel with your experience much better. So FRM is the choice for you. working with UBS in Portfolio Rico, and I had done the course Investment Banking Operation with the Mart. Oh, superb, superb, right? Portfolio Rico for you, then I would say go for CFA. That's the, if had you been in more in the kind of AML, KYC, etc., I would have said FRM, but Portfolio Rico, go for CFA. Superb. I'm happy to see one of our alumni coming here and saying that I have done this and I'm already working. Yeah? So proud to see our working with a firm like UBS. Thank you. MBA Finance, 2 years working experience, City and Kotak, FRM or CFA. Both are equally good. Decide on your, I mean, for your background, both are equally good. You decide on the rigor, the investment, the time that you can put in, the effort, etc. Get started. Yeah. Working in broking firm in sales, which one is better for me? Broking in sales, then CFA level 1, because then it will help you transition better. It will help you transition from sales to maybe equity research, investment advisory, that side quickly. Okay. So for you, CFA level 1 is better. Okay, perfect, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. It was lovely sharing all the insights, and I am sure none of you will like to miss this offer. I mean, this is like um, not worth missing. 30% flat off if you get started now, and that too quickly if you go and complete your registration, right? So complete your registration now, get started. My team, my trainers, they are there, they are waiting for you. They will be there to help you and guide you on your CFA and FRM journey further. uh, am I in top 30? Okay. So when you get the link, you click on that link, right? Fill, it will ask for your name, number, email, etc. Fill that and then submit. It will take you to the payment gateway page, right? And then there you have to select your, fill in your debit card, credit card, net banking, wallet, Paytm, whatever way you want to make payment of 10,000 rupees, submit. If the offer has, I mean, first 30 has been done, it will say offer expired. If not, then it will proceed further. Okay. On the payment gateway. Before that, it's all working. On the payment gateway, because at that time only it will hit. Right? It will hit and check that are 30 payments already done. If 30 payments done, it will say offer expired. If not, then it will complete. If your process is completed, that means you were in the top 30. Okay. Thank you, guys. Anyways, by the way, if at all anybody of you feel any difficulty making this transaction from the same WhatsApp number where you are getting a WhatsApp message, just give us a call or a text. My team is there to help you. They will call you back. They'll connect to you back quickly, and they'll help you with whatever assistance you might need. I have 6 years of experience in finance operations and expense audit. Will my career grow through FRM? Yeah, with looking at your experience, I would suggest FRM only. You have picked it right. And as far as the growth is concerned, definitely yes, guys. Please understand. I started with that thought, with that hypothesis only, that we are in an industry. We are talking about an industry which is highly knowledge driven, where qualifications remain the backbone of your credibility. I spoke about it. I with coming with 25 years experience with CFA, with ACCA, with Masters in Finance, that too from MDI Gurgaon, with CAP, then now doing CFA, then again saying I'm going to do FRM, etc. So knowledge is something that's constantly we'll have to keep adding to stay relevant to the industry. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you again. I wish all of you all the best. Keep doing well in your career. And if you are here, if join today, my faculties, my trainers will be happy to see you in classes soon. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
Recording stop.